parked cars. And the reason for it all is to somehow.
Like, I don't know if some people just never get to feel beautiful.
The girls come walk for me. Throw shade like a lady and move your feet.
I may be huge now, but I was like a little kid on the corner, and I'm watching these drag queens come out, and like it was the scariest thing in my life. Now I'm a big drag queen.
Welcome to episode 4 of 2 Drink Minimum Prosecco. I am your host, Gabriel Schaefer from Mortal Machine Gallery.
And my name is Chris Trew from the Open Mic from Hell. And Gabe, we've got Bubbles and 504 Icy Girl right here for our Prosecco episode.
That's right. Figure we do some bubbles for bubbles, and then we'll put our bottle on ice.
Yeah, that's the first of many perfect puns, organizations of words from you, I guess.
I'm honestly hitting out of my weight range to be compared to you with this, but I'm doing my best, Chris. Yeah.
It's all good. Bubbles, 504 Icy Girl, thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, we're going to get into y'all's journey being independent artists and all the success you've had recently. We're going to drink some champagne. And at least 3 strange things are going to happen on this episode. I feel it in my soul.
Okay.
I feel it.
I'm ready for it.
Only 3, you said? At least 3. At least the over-under is at 2.5. Bubbles is banging the over. Am I the only one that gambles in here? I think I'm the only one that gambles in here. So, Gabe, we wanna do a toast to kick us off, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's toast to independent New Orleans artists.
Yeah,
coming
we
up
got a
on
lot of them.
That.
Let's toast to that.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay, these are not normal champagne flutes, but they're gonna work. These are arguably better than champagne flutes. I don't know. What's the deal? People are obsessed with drinking things out of the right receptacles.
Flutes, but luckily, I have a friend that gave me these when she moved from out of town.
Okay.
So I was
I
like, I
love
thought they were
them.
cute. Yeah.
Thank you, friend. These are really nice.
I went fashion over functionality for this, honestly. Yeah.
I like it. So, Bubbles, let's start off with you. You are on the heels of completing a documentary about you and your career and all the things you've been doing. Can we speak a little bit more about this?
Yes. So I heard you say we're going to toast the independent artists. I'm like, I'm in the wrong podcast. But nevertheless, I'm a local drag queen right here from New Orleans. The documentary is just basically about the day in the life of Bubbles as a drag mom. I have a biological kid. I have 3 biological grandkids, maybe 20 to 30 kids and grandkids in the LGBTQIA plus community. And it's just about, what I do in their lives and just try to change their lives and help them grow as better people. And so it's basically what it is, just about my life and all the crazy stuff I do. I'm a fashion designer in the city, hairstylist, makeup artist, a chef. I got so many hats I'm wearing, but I mean, that's what it's about. Just following me around and just watching all the crazy stuff I do.
You are multi-hyphenated. You've got so many things. Bubbles' bio is like Encyclopedia Britannica.
It's really crazy. I have no idea how I'm making this happen.
Do any of us have any idea how we're doing the things that we're doing? I mean, when we're in the zone, it like looks like we know what we're doing, but
Mental
really,
illness.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah. Obsession, delusion, not being willing to quit because of that.
Yeah. So we're gonna pop back and forth between all these topics, but while we're doing intros, Icy Girl, can you talk a little bit about your journey and where you're at, and tell the good people about your career right now? Because I know you're popping off right now.
I'm very happy to be here, first of all. Thank y'all.
Yes.
My name is 504 Icy Girl. I'm from the West Bank of New Orleans. I've been rapping, making music for, I want to say 6-7 years now. But recently, things have been, popping off a little bit more. Gotten some good sync placements, gotten off tour. And right now, I'm just back home, curating a lot of events and trying to get inspired to make some more art, for real.
That's incredible.
Too, girl.
Now during the summer, are you what do you do during the summer as far as when you say to get inspired? Is this your time where you're kind of building up for writing some business, or what do you mean by that?
So I've really been trying to get out and have more fun lately to get inspired, because I've been in the house working on the computer a lot. Mm-hmm. That's draining and boring. So really lately, I've been trying to just get out and explore more.
Yeah, that's one of the strangest things about being an artist, right? I see it in my domain of comedy a lot, where people start to get really focused on the art or doing shows or whatever, and you stop living a life. And so your jokes start to get less and less diverse because you're only talking about like planes and hanging out. It's like, no, you have to like go to art museums. You got to go to drag shows. You got to read a book so you can make jokes about other things. But I feel like all artists have this, right? Like if you only do the same, if you're only doing shows and rapping, eventually, like, what will you be rapping about if you haven't lived other parts of your life?
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, it definitely resonates. And I definitely need to get to a drag show because, like, I feel like that's going to inspire me a lot. Okay, period.
Okay. The last drag show that I saw was your documentary finale, like, party. This was crazy, by the way. It was an actual show, but it was also like a fundraiser, and it was also filming the final scene of the documentary. That is 3 birds, 1 stone. It all happened at the Toulouse Theater. What goes into a drag show that the average person would not know about?
So many things. I mean, when you go to a drag show, you basically just get to look at all the beautiful stuff you see on stage, right? But you have no idea backstage how we're stuffing cottons and sheets and shirts and sofas and, with apples for breasts, whatever you need.
That's what I did. That's what I did for today's episode. Those same things.
You put apples in your...
Yes. I ate them before we hit record.
To get you what you see on stage, we go through so much, but it's really, really good. I mean, it's the whole production side of it, too. We have rehearsals, and we have to practice makeup. Most of us make our own garments and all those things that has to happen as well.
Again, 4 birds, 1 stone. You cannot just be called in randomly to do a drag show. This is a whole production.
I mean, you have to like birds to do drag shows.
Say it again?
You heard me.
Okay. I guess I did. We're gonna move forward. How about you, Icy Girl? What goes into prepping for one of your events that people maybe would be surprised about?
Definitely in my shows, prepping, I would say that day I need to eat good, like for real, to be in a good mood. Because it's a lot to see everybody and to be around all these people. So,
yes.
Like, I feel like the real prep is like feeling good before all that even happens.
Self-care. We're all self-care sluts up in here.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's true.
You have to. So I do a big comedy show in the quarter at the Toulouse Theater called the Open Mic from Hell. And the day of the show, I got to be in the streets handing out flyers. I got to do that for a certain amount of time or else I just won't feel like I deserve the audience. I got to make sure I'm putting in the work. But the other big thing is I have to rest. I have to make sure my dopamine lemon is full of juice. I can't squeeze it out all day long and then have nothing left by the time the show starts. So this makes sense to me. What do you do for resting? What do you do for prepping before a show? Are you watching TV, taking naps, getting massages? What's going on?
I definitely love a nap if there's time.
Okay.
And I like to smoke too, honestly.
Okay.
So that's always a
Gabe smokes.
Yeah, always a pre-show, pre-event.
We probably will in a moment.
I'm about to say, I'm surprised he's not smoking right now, actually.
Well, she just queued me up, honestly.
Yeah. What's everyone's nap habits? Gabe, how do you nap?
I don't really nap.
Okay, 0 for 1. Bubbles, how do you nap?
I don't nap at all.
0 for 2. I actually don't nap
sleep
as much
in.
as I should.
I don't even do that. I sleep maybe 4 hours max a night.
Wait, after
hold
all
on,
those
what?
things that you do,
Whoa.
we're all concerned.
And I'm not even cranky. And I never sleep.
Wow.
You're magical.
You're wired.
I don't know. I just think I'm crazy.
You're built for what you do, Bubbles.
Crazy is good.
Yeah, I think that's the only way I've been functioning. Been crazy for 43 years now.
I'm sorry, can we run through that list of things that you do one more time and everyone listening, watching can just understand that you're doing this on little
4
to
hours.
no sleep?
Yeah.
You are...
So I'm a professional drag entertainer.
Yes.
I'm a biological grandfather, a biological father. I have about 30 to 40 drag kids and grandkids.
Okay, hold on. Can we talk about what that means exactly? 'Cause I don't think everybody understands. I only recently learned about this. Talk about what it means to be a drag parent.
Yeah, so what typically happens, when it's unfortunate, but in most families, they don't understand the LGBTQIA plus dynamic. So a lot of times the kids are disowned or thrown in the streets, and they have to, they live in the streets, and they just try to find ways and means to live. So what I've been doing for years now is just kind of, taking them under my wing, just making sure we get them through school, help them find jobs, just teaching them about being adults and just how not to let their circumstances take over their life. And like, you don't have to be a product of what you've been through, so that's basically what I do. And just teaching them, just to, be great people. Like, everybody's going to already look at you differently because of who you are or how you feel or how you love. So you don't have to react to that all the time. You can just, focus on your life, just be a great person, and just let the universe pour back into you and just be great. So that's basically what I do, and I've been doing this for a long time. I'm on like my 4th generation of kids.
Dang, you're like Yoda.
That sounds exhausting and like a lot of work.
On 4 hours of sleep, bear in
But
mind.
I'm sure you also get a lot of energy out of providing that type of love.
Yeah, no, I don't get the energy from it.
Okay, my bad.
It's extremely draining, but because it's so many personalities, and I'm a person like I kind of like study humans naturally, like just to kind of understand how to care for them, how to provide for them. So I have to learn so many personalities, and it's like I have to have hard conversations with people and harsh conversations, and I have to know when to do it and how to do it. And it's not easy, but God bless me with a lot of patience. I don't know why, how, but I guess why is because of this. But I have a lot of patience, so I'm able to deal with it. But it's not easy, but it's good. The result of it, the end game is good.
Yeah, that is very sweet.
Stressing me out here.
That is
Do
very
y'all want
sweet.
any of this?
No, it's unmistakable.
All right.
Oh, director Jackie, who's in the studio
Oh,
right
yeah.
now, just prompted Bubbles. Right, you have a day job as well.
Yeah, I'm a local fashion designer as well. I design for second line clubs, Mardi Gras clubs, some celebrities. I do a lot, wedding gowns and all that stuff. So that's my day job. Makeup artist, hairstylist.
Okay, now we understand why
also
there's a documentary
cooking all the
coming
time.
out.
Jeez, yeah.
Bubbles.
Like for drag shows, I'm a food vendor at pageants and drag shows, so I provide all the food for that stuff, and it's all fun. I'm tired, like I'm exhausted now, but I mean,
I'm picturing Bubbles backstage and making stuff, and then someone calls you up, and then you're like, "Oh, I gotta go make some food now." And then like you're making food, and it's like you gotta go on stage and do your thing. These kids need your help,
but
and
this
you're
is the
just
thing.
everywhere.
The good thing is, I teach all of my kids everything I know. So they know how to step in and pitch in and help out. So it's like when I have to do a drag show, they're calling in like, "Hey, Granny, I'll serve food for you today," or whatever. So they kind of take over it. So that's the main thing too. But I'm also everybody's like bookkeeper in the family, because I'm always like, "Listen, did you pack this for this show? Did you have this? Did you forgot to do this? You have a doctor's appointment at 10 a.m. in the morning." Yeah, I'm crazy.
Man.
That is crazy, but it's so special that you are providing so much support for all these people who are following in your footsteps or who are inspired by what you're doing.
Did you have somebody that originally was like your mentor that inspired you to be this way?
Yeah, I had several mentors actually, and what I do is probably take on the job that they all had to be like in one person. But I had several mentors. I have my original drag mom. My first drag mom is Jada Alexander. She's from New Orleans, and she basically taught me like the professional side of the drag industry. And then I ran into Nisa Nye, who's another one of my drag moms, and like she was the drag mom who basically taught me how to handle real life. Like make sure you always have a job, make sure you always take care of your bills before drag. She taught me all that. And then I met Armani Nicole Davenport. So I have 3 drag moms, but and I tell my kids you don't need but one, because I know everything they all know. So then I ran across Armani, and then she was the one who, because Jada's a skinny girl, right? And I was always a plus size drag queen. But Armani was like, "I know you have a mom already, but she doesn't know how to be fat and do drag." So she taught me like all of the fat girl tricks and like how to be a fat drag queen. And so with those 3 combined, in my drag dad, I was able to, just really go far in the industry and learn a lot. And I'm able to teach everything that they all taught me.
Awesome.
Incredible. So how about you, Icy? Mentors, inspirations? Is that a terrible question to ask you?
No, I feel like I've had a few mentors along the way. Definitely my biggest one is Raj Smooth. I feel like he definitely puts me in the right direction every time when it comes to my career. Like, never got to question it. And, like, hearing your story is so inspiring. And I feel like when you love what you do, it don't feel like work.
Right.
And that's why you're not tired. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense. I don't think about it like that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget this thing.
Yeah, she forget. Bubbles not used to having a microphone like that. There you go. Yeah, I want to go back to this. So give me an example of always being sent in the right direction. Like, is there a time where you were like about to make a wrong decision and mentor was like, no, anything like that?
Often. I mean, a lot of the times, like, weekly. We all make bad decisions. Like,
Sure.
so it's always good to have that person who lived your life like 2-3 times to be like, no, maybe you should think about doing this because in a few years you might got to do this. So do this right now so that you could do this later. You feel what I'm saying?
I do.
That really
Mentorship
helps.
is so important in the arts world. I'm a little envious of, in film and in other performance arts. I feel like it's very accepted and people crave it and want mentorship. In my world of comedy, I think sometimes mentorship gets a really bad rep because it's very cutthroat. It's very individual. It's very like well, if I help this person, this is not me, by the way. I'm saying like if I help this person, they're gonna come for my thing later on, and it's comedians love to help younger comics. They love to be a part of their journey and help them make their jokes better, but they don't want them to be better than they are, right? And but I'm very envious of other art forms. I just feel like, Gabe, would you say this is true in the visual art world?
It all depends, man. It all depends. I mean, one of the things that I'm definitely aware of is that because I have so many different dynamics with the different artists and creatives that I work with, and even the folks that work under me over the years, that you do witness, if you're in this long enough and you have enough connection to kind of like guiding folks, that you'll see some folks that are going to come up at some point, and you want them to come up. You want to help, the folks that you believe in creatively grow and get stronger and get more opportunities. But when it comes along to that threshold where they actually are getting those opportunities, there's a good chance sometimes you're not going to have anything to do with it. So, there's a lot to be learned from that, like letting go when you do finally have somebody you've taught and brought up to kind of be allowed to fly in the direction that they need to go on their own, even if they're a part of an organization or they're an artist that you've been like working with for a long time, that you've done great shows together, you've sold a lot of work, So I think that's another level of like maturity, kind of like figuring out how to process that emotionally, because to me, the most immature way to look at it is to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to let them know this or give them this. The whole game is to be sold, not to be told type situation. Like kind of being stingy with that wisdom sometimes is, to me, kind of like immature. Yeah.
That's deep.
That is
It's real.
deep. No, and it's very real. Yeah, I get that.
Something I was wondering with you that I don't know, because I've become such a big fan of your music over the last like 2 years.
Thank you.
Is so what like when was the moment that you were like, yo, this is the shit I want to do as far as like rapping and rhyming and making music?
Honestly, my first session, I was like, this. I like this. I like this better than everything else I did. Like, if I'm being honest, yeah.
You mean like in the studio? Like that,
Yeah,
the first time in the studio, you were like,
It's when I was
this is
really
home.
like, I want to keep doing this for sure.
So,
yeah.
but what happened right before the studio session?
Yeah,
Like,
what
were
made
you?
you want to do that? Yeah.
So I was in LA and I was like, I want to say around like 19, like very young, just trying to figure like, oh, what I want to do. I've always had a lot of talents. I've always had a lot of things that, you're good at. So it was kind of like, I need to pick one of these things that I really like and what will I do? And yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, what is the? I feel like New Orleans rappers have questions that they love being asked and that they hate being asked. Can you give me an example of each?
Okay.
So I know we just met right before we started recording, but I feel like you have a good answer for this.
Yeah, I feel like it's multiple answers. Oh, I hate thinking of things on the fly, but I would say that New Orleans artists, we always get asked this question, and like it's always hard to answer it. So I would say this is what we don't want to get asked. Why New Orleans artists don't work together, or
Ooh. Okay.
why do you think New Orleans artists ain't blowing up? It's just too complex of a question. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
we need a
you don't want to
PowerPoint
be looked at
presentation.
weird. Like, you know what I'm saying, for trying to think on the fly and saying some shit.
Yeah. Okay. And what's one that you want to be asked? Because if you don't tell me that, I'm going to end up asking you the one you just told me not to ask.
Okay.
And I don't even want to ask that question. I'm trying not to.
I feel like we all want to be asked stuff like how you just asked me, what was your first thought when you was like, would you want to do this? That is a fire question.
I
like,
crushed it.
No, you definitely crushed it. Like,
Let's go.
those type of things. Nobody asks that type of
Yes.
stuff. Like, yeah.
Okay, I have another question I want to ask you. That this is actually one that I'm afraid that people don't like to be asked, because when I get the comedy version of this, I'm kind of like trying to steer the question somewhere else. But who are some of your favorite New Orleans specific rappers?
Okay, it is cliche, but of course I'm gonna say Lil Wayne.
Of course,
yes. I'm not gonna lie. And then secondly, I would definitely want to say. It's just so hard. I'm gonna say Raj Smooth. I'm not gonna lie, just because I feel like he's just the super entertainer.
Yeah.
I don't know, legacy wise and musician wise, like.
I love
but
it.
But it's kind of hard to choose for real. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you done a gig that you're really, really proud of?
Yes.
What's the biggest one what's the one you're most proud of right now?
Okay, that's hard. Let me think. I really enjoyed French Quarter Fest a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I talk a lot with folks that are not as aware of like New Orleans all the time, and I'm always kind of like making people outside of town, hip or connecting them to different things, and bounce has been a thing for multiple years now. That's a conversation with folks outside of the city that I'll connect with, and I've even I had some artists fly from Italy that had never been to the U.S. before, and I took them back when Hazizel had the Dragon's Den nights. I took them one of those nights and just blew these Italian folks' minds, But what would be if I was somebody that had never really heard of bounce, or was just about to hear it for the first time, or just heard it for the first time, what would be your description of bounce music to people?
I would say it would be New Orleans dance music, straight up.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah,
and New Orleans specific, like it's not anyone else's dance music. It's New Orleans dance music, right?
That's what I would say.
It's like the people who say you can't drink champagne. It has to be from Champagne, France, right? It's if it's not from there, it's not champagne.
Bounce is the champagne of New Orleans. There you go.
If the bounce is not from New Orleans, it's not bounce.
I kind of like that. Yeah.
I kind of like that
too.
I kind of like that too. All right, can we pause so I can get some T-shirts made real quick? I got to copyright this real quick. I guess I had till this episode comes out, huh? Oh, okay. Second drink. Let's. No, what you mean nobody's
I'm
drinking?
Ready.
All right, Director Steve is back here talking shit. Look at my champagne right here. Come on, dude.
Bubbles got the most.
Oh, that's because Bubbles has 19 appointments this afternoon.
Yeah.
And none of them are naps. I got another question for you, Icy, because I'm born and raised in New Orleans, listened to this kind of music all of my life, most of my life. High school dances, it's always being played. It's been a part of it. How often do you get tempted to write about a hyper specific thing in the city? Because I feel like you just never know when inspiration might hit, and something happens on the corner of a certain intersection, and then all of a sudden you're like, I gotta rap about what just happened and rhyme these streets, and all of a sudden it's I gotta hit. How often is this happening for you?
That happens a lot, but honestly, I stopped doing things like that, even though I'm really tempted, because I try to do a lot of sync placements, and it's not good to get too specific with terms when that's your goal. But man, a lot. I don't know, New Orleans is crazy. We was just in Texas, and I think we was actually referring to comedy, and we was yeah, you got to be careful what you say in songs, and even in stand up, it could be too specific to a certain time. You could make a joke about the prisoners that escaped, but some people would be like, "Wait, what the hell are you talking about?" And our friends didn't even know what we were talking about in Texas. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, so in comedy, what people say is you don't really know if you're shit until you go somewhere else, because the people who are making jokes about the outbreak here, or flooding here, or potholes here, if that's most of your set, you go to Houston, you go to Kansas City or whatever, and they do not know what you're talking about.
They're potholes where?
Right. So yeah, so you're saying that's the same thing with music?
Definitely. It's definitely the same thing with music. It can be a good thing sometimes, but other times it can definitely make your audience small.
Yeah, I guess you can't be in Miami and then be like, Where's my Ninth Ward people at?
Bro, some people literally don't know what that is, but they like the rhythm, so they just like, hell yeah, Night Ward, hell yeah, West Bank. They literally don't know what we're talking about.
That is an advantage that musicians have because it could sound good even if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like these Italian people did not know what you were talking about. West Bank, Ninth Ward, West Bank, Ninth Ward. They're like, what?
They went from just like just stunned awe, you know, to where they were losing their fucking minds, bro, like halfway into it. Because, you know, back then everybody was like smoking at the den too. So there were so many levels to these dudes. And those and one of these dudes lives in like a wine village with just like a few thousand people, you know what I mean? So he still to this day will message me like every other week or something like that, and always is talking about that damn bounce show I took them to.
You tour his reality for sure.
I want to do that to people when I bring them here, though. Like that's kind of like a thing I feel like I want to do whenever I bring artists from out of town here, or folks from out of town here for these shows. I want to give them that experience so that when they go out there, they're like spreading that energy and that love to other places to make other people want to come here and experience it. But something I was just thinking about that you actually brought to my brain a little bit is like, I feel like around here there's this concept also that we deal with that's basically the best way I can phrase it is New Orleans famous. It's like stuff where we're in this city, we're known everywhere. But then if we take this energy and these specifics like he was talking on the air with music, it's different. You're right. You can be hollering out West Bank, Ninth Ward in different places, but your music's so fire and your energy's so fire that those words become more like musical than they do like reference to them, you know? But there's so many different specific situations with like crossover of the idea of folks that are so powerful in New Orleans and how does that work when it goes to other places. That's really interesting to me a lot, but I think we're really lucky to have a city where we actually can't even be famous within our own city, and it's so dope, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before we do this next round of Champagne Bubbles, can you tell us how universal do you think drag is? Like, do you think that your like a drag performance would essentially get the same response from an audience no matter where it is?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to universal and being, I guess it's affected by your versatility as an entertainer because. You know, we're directly connected to music as well, so it just depends on your audience and what's your song selections. We have some drag queens that they specifically perform a certain genre or a certain type of music. Well, I'm very versatile. Like I love Latin music. I love so many different types of music, so I can practically perform for any audience. Myself, and that's a blessing and a gift to have. But some people don't have that. Like, so it just depends on your level of versatility when it comes to music. Is how universal you can be as a drag queen.
Love that, love that. Well, let's get another round of champagne over here.
Please.
Take a small break, and we'll be right back with the second half of episode 4 of 2 Drink Minimum.
West Bank, Ninth Ward, where he at? I'm going host man. I know it, pussy good, put it on him. West Bank, Ninth Ward, where he at? I'm going host man. I know it, pussy good, put it on him. Who that said they gon' prod me? Ask if I'm sipping, boy. I said probably. All white stepping, yeah. I'm feeling godly. My nigga know how I'm coming. I'm right behind him. West Bank, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, West Bank, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward, Ninth Ward.
We're back to the second half of episode 4, Hanging with Bubbles, 504 Icy Girl. I'm Chris. This is Gabe. You're watching 2 Drink Minimum. And we were just talking about living in the French Quarter, which me and Gabe both do. And we've been talking about New Orleans a lot on this episode. I want to go harder in on New Orleans because there's a lot of people out there right now who are acting like New Orleans is losing something, is losing charm, maybe losing a little bit of its spark. And I got a feeling that the 4 of us do not agree with that. Or at least we are part of the charge to make sure that doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Icy, I want to start off with you. When you hear me say that, like, what does that make you feel in your gut?
It's just summer. We're just hot. Like, God damn. Like, it's just hot outside, so it makes everybody a little sad, a little, you know what I'm saying, a little broke. We gonna get through it. Once festival season come, people gonna be saying the opposite.
Yeah,
like, bro,
it's like it's 100 degrees. I gotta entertain myself by starting to fight on Instagram about how no one's on Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I don't agree. I just feel like, and not even it's just hot. Like the whole country, the whole world is going through a lot. Mm-hmm. This past like few years, it feels like. So, yeah, I don't think New Orleans is truly losing anything. it's just a hard time for a lot of people.
Okay, I'm voting for you. What about you, Bubbles?
Yeah, no, New Orleans isn't losing anything at all. I mean, I feel like when we get those folk, right, I think they like come here looking for a reason not to enjoy New Orleans, because it's like if you just come to New Orleans and just experience the culture and experience New Orleans, there's no way that you're not going to want to be back the next weekend. Like it's so many things to do, so many different cultures, so many different type of people. We have the nicest people. I mean, we might fight you at the end of the night after drinking, but I mean, but we're gonna hug you and love on you and welcome you. I mean, everybody comes to New Orleans, you're our cousins. We love you. We're gonna see, we're gonna have a great time. So much great food, so much culture, so many different fashions and people. Like, there's so many things to enjoy about New Orleans. So if you come here and you don't enjoy New Orleans, you came here looking for a reason not to enjoy New Orleans.
And if you are looking for a reason to not, the reasons are there, right? I mean, if you wanna get upset about infrastructure and like the streets, there's like, then you get to, I guess, because the streets are problems. But it's not really as bad as people are saying.
Yeah, definitely, especially referring to like the culture and the arts and like the spirit of New Orleans. Yeah, people are being a little dramatic, and I also feel like people have social media like blinds people reality. Some people's standards are just too damn high. Like I don't know, they be expecting so much. Like,
Well,
when we go to other cities, I'm like underwhelmed.
No,
it's just
facts.
like I go to other cities, like they make it look so beautiful, and then it's like they show you the best parts of every city, and then you go into like the other parts and you're like, okay, like what the hell is this? I mean, but at least when you see New Orleans, you see New Orleans. It is what it is.
Nah,
This is what you get in New Orleans. We show you the French Quarter. Outside of the French Quarter, say your prayers.
And I know this is maybe a controversial word to throw around because it's kind of misused, I feel like, but authenticity is a dangerous word because people overuse it. But I do think the good and bad parts of New Orleans does make it authentic.
Yeah,
it is authentic.
And we don't hide it. Like it's out there. Like New Orleans is out there. Everything about it is out there.
Nah, I feel that. Like, that's what I like about New Orleans as well. Like, we're very cut and dry, clear. We ain't hiding nothing.
No, it is what it is.
Yeah, when I be in LA, living in LA, I could live next door to some human trafficking. I wouldn't even know it. Like, anything could be going on right under your nose, right next to you. Like, New Orleans, you gon' know. Like, everybody in your neighborhood gonna be like, there's something going on next to us. Like, bro, it's different. So I think you just hit right on the nose. Like,
now about New Orleans is, initially gentrification was designed for another reason. But what it's done now is put everybody in the same neighborhoods, on the same streets. Like, I am broke as shit. I live 2 blocks from the mayor in real life. The mayor lives 2 blocks down. So, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I walk out my door, I get to see everything, every culture. I get to see, a loving Caucasian family with their kids in one moment. And 5 minutes later, it's a bunch of black kids fighting on the corner. I'm like, oh, my God, I love it. This is the best shit ever. Like, I love it. I love New Orleans.
I love that about New Orleans, too. In other cities, I definitely feel that great divide everywhere I go. Like, that is such a good point. It don't be feeling like that at all. Like,
we don't have that in New Orleans. It's a free-for-all. Just come and have a good time.
Yeah, I love looking at still images from like the Superdome during a Saints game or a Pelicans game. It's like, look at all these different people in this building going crazy right now for something that says New Orleans on it. Yes.
We don't think about the crazy stuff. It's like, if you're from New Orleans, you're from your family. You're from New Orleans.
Yes.
And especially if we're somewhere else and you're from New Orleans, we come together like glue crazy.
No,
it's
for
crazy.
real. Especially if somebody distant, too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, for real. But the other element is, I think that when we were talking about possibility of it, is it losing its shine? I guarantee if any of us get on a damn plane, we go to Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, we walk in anywhere and we say we're from New Orleans, they're going to pay way more attention to us from Boise, Idaho.
For sure.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
There's still a lot of cachet with being tied to New Orleans.
Nobody's going to play with us. They just want to play. They want to play with us, but they don't want to play with us. They want to have fun with us.
But they want to hear you say baby.
No, everybody wants the baby. Yeah. We get away with baby everywhere. We're the only place that gets away with baby. Yeah.
That's really one of the inspirations.
You can say baby.
That's one of the inspirations for this podcast. It's one of the things that we're trying to do is bring New Orleans to other places. I mean, I feel like if we were in Cincinnati, we would be running out of guests by week 4 or 5. I don't know how many times we can interview the people who make chili in Cincinnati or whatever. You know, I don't know why I'm bragging on Cincinnati, by the way. I apologize.
My bad, Boise.
I just picked the town. My bad. But that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring New Orleans to to fans of New Orleans, and we're doing that by having people like yourselves on the show. So yeah, this feels good so far. It feels
Yeah, I
good
mean,
so
we're a
far.
small town that like millions and millions and millions of people every year want to come here to let themselves be who they actually are, because wherever else they are, they got to live in some kind of routine that they don't feel necessarily always authentically themselves. Like, we give people permission to actually be who they are when they come here.
And we're not going to judge you. Like, first of all, we never close. Just come. Come to New Orleans, we never close.
So what are some of y'all's favorite things to do when you're not doing what you do? Because we did start off in the beginning, Icy, talking about like we got to experience other things to be better musicians or artists, comedians, whatever. Mm-hmm. So going New Orleans specific, what are some of y'all's favorite things to do in the city that's not directly related to what you do?
I'm always doing what I do. I mean, I enjoy comedy shows. Like, I've been going to them for a long time. One of my close friends and kids, he does, I'm sure you're familiar with them, Easy. He does a bunch of shows.
Oh, I love Easy.
Yeah, so,
yes.
I actually introduced him to him.
Miami, Easy, right?
I would go to him, yes, in Miami. I would go to some of the shows at Comedy Gumbo at what's the name of the place?
Over at Holland Wolf, yes.
Yeah, Holland Wolf. So we would go there. I would go there sometimes. And then he was already a naturally funny guy. And I would be like, dude, you would be so good at this. He was like, I wouldn't be good. I'm like, no, just start writing some stuff.
You were right.
I took him over there, and he went to a couple shows. And like the next, took him to maybe 3, and then he signed up for open mic night. And like from there, he's taken off. So like, I mean, I love the comedy shows. That's really the only thing I get to do other than what I do.
Yeah. How about you, Icy?
I really love exploring like the food in the city. Like, I love how like there's so many different cultures, so I really like checking out new spots all the time, new coffee spots, new restaurants. Yeah.
Have you gotten?
I don't do shit.
Have you gotten a food or drink, a menu item named after you yet?
Yeah, at Bubs. I did something with Bubs like 2 years ago. I love Bubs. Shout out Bubs.
Yeah, Bubs is all right.
Yes.
So go on.
Oh, okay, we did a fried meal. It was a couple's meal with 2 burgers, fries, drinks, and a keychain. It was so good. I was eating Bubs that whole week. Like, I love Bubs, so shout out to them.
How did that collab come about?
Okay, so I dropped a collab project with Poppy. So we was looking for a restaurant to collab with because the whole project was kind of food inspired. Like, I just love food so much. So we pitched it and they loved it. They always collaborate with local artists, like sports athletes, all type of stuff.
Yeah.
And he told us yes, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
I love that. Gabe, we gotta get a 2-drink minimum menu item somewhere eventually.
I got a feeling
Definitely.
we're going to have some very interesting menu items in our
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
My dream is to spend a night in the French Quarter eating and drinking things that have our names on them.
You came up with
It's a very
Sounds
egocentric
dope.
dream.
that first episode, you came up with the idea about the moonshine daiquiri. It hasn't left my brain yet.
Okay.
Oh, y'all trying to get drunk.
Oh, well, our first episode was us drinking a moonshine out of a mason jar.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
In the lift night.
I thought it was always champagne.
No, this is the first time doing champagne.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Every
y'all
Doing
not always
champagne
this
because of
classy.
Bubbles. I mean, putting it on ice because of you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You're so blessed.
Yes. Yeah, you should be happy you weren't on the moonshine episode.
I mean, it sounds lit. I love me some moonshine.
No, you would be in one of those naps right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gabe, what do you think is the best part about being a business owner in New Orleans? Like, what do you think is the best part about being somebody who is making things happen? Because we got a bunch of artists, people who depend on business owners to do shows and put up events, but you're somebody who is running a location or brick and mortar,
Yeah, and
right?
I seem to just keep becoming obsessed with more and more projects and extending it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the weight and the responsibility of knowing that a number of people like depend on you to maintain a gravitational pull is a lot, and you got to get used to that. But I think that like it's for me, it's like an extension of that same kind of creativity that operates in the studio to find a way to kind of like animate it so there's multiple creative projects, multiple things that are going on and being exposed to the community, that kind of level of production, it's like intoxicating to me. And then when you see like the final result and you see all the bodies, you see the people out just kind of experiencing it, or even when we have a show up down there and I'll have some folks that'll walk in and never seen anything like what they're seeing there and they're loving it and they're connecting with it. That's like, that gives me a lot of energy for it. So I never really wanted to own businesses, but I have to in order to do what it is that I love. And I got to be a good, not just a good, like I have to figure out how to actually be almost like a bulletproof business owner, which is almost impossible to do, but that's what I'm working on, because I don't come from money. You know what I'm saying? So the only way we can get anywhere when you don't come from anything and nobody's giving you anything is by just basically going into debt and learning how to do stuff the best that you can, you know what I mean? And just be the best performer you can. So obviously I live for it because I live above my work. My studio is in my bedroom. This studio is in the room next to it, you know. So I'm obsessed and addicted with the idea of just like creating atmospheres and situations and activations, you know, now in addition to making artwork. So for me, it's an addiction. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like all four of us are addicted to the things that we do, right?
Definitely addicted.
Most definitely.
Yeah, like I don't see a world in which any of us are not doing what we're doing right now, which is a hell of a place to be. It's like I'm locked in, I know what I want to do, and what a gift that is, right? Because
Totally.
a lot of people do not know what they want to do.
It's totally a wealth and a privilege that, like, whatever you believe, whether you want to use the word God or the universe or just your own, like, you know, hard work and, you know, what you've done in your life to make it happen, like, you have to have some kind of level of gratitude, because there's a lot of people that do not know and will not know their entire lives what they actually want to do and what their passion is. You know what I mean? And that's, like, what we got is a real special thing, so I don't ever take it for granted. Yeah.
Yeah, you use that word gratitude, which is, it's so important. And I feel like maturity as an artist, what comes along with that is being able to express your gratitude for the people around you. So let's close out this episode.
Oh yeah.
Quickly, let's go around. I'm champagned up. I'm feeling sweet.
Sparkly.
I'm feeling sweet. My Pisces sensitivity is bursting through this bushy beard right now. What are we all grateful for here? Bubbles. Close us out with what Bubbles is most grateful for.
I mean, I'm mostly grateful for the people who surround me, who love me. Like, you know, I'm surrounded by so many people who genuinely love me, and I think that's what drives me to be who I am. I don't know what I would do without the people I'm surrounded by at all. Like, I wouldn't have a reason to live or exist or to do anything at all. So I think that's mostly what I'm most grateful for.
That's beautiful. What about you, Icy?
I'm thankful for the culture that I'm from, for New Orleans. I definitely, like you said, when we out of town, we say we from New Orleans. All eyes on us. I'm grateful for that.
Yes. How about you, Gabe?
I'm grateful for the art gods just, like, blessing me with this life that I have.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for this episode. I'm grateful for everyone watching, for Steve, the producer, back here. Grateful for our studio audience here. Shout out Jackie, the director, the director of the Bubbles documentary, which, before we close out, when is this happening? Like, when can we see this? Yes.
Yeah, we're looking for, to the beginning of 2026. We're wrapping everything up throughout this year. It'll be dropping sometime soon.
Great.
But you can also follow us on Bubbles Nola on Instagram, Facebook, Bubbles with a Z Nola.
We'll make sure to have all that in the description of this and all the social media. So we're looking out for the Bubbles documentary. And what's the next thing for you, 504 Icy Girl?
I'm working on a deluxe to my latest project, Caked Up. So a lot of new music on the way.
Great. And grateful for all of you watching these episodes, liking, subscribing, sharing it with a friend. Like we said, we're building out a New Orleans culture show here. So if you know someone who used to live here, who loves New Orleans, send this to them. We would appreciate that. And Gabe, final toast before we close out episode 4?
Yeah. All eyes on New Orleans.
All eyes on New Orleans.
Let's go. Thank y'all very much.